Hello and welcome to this MagiCAD product overview video. We will go through the main features and highlights of the MagiCAD product, which will cover the ventilation, piping, electrical and schematics module. The first tool we'll look at is Builders Works Openings. This can automatically create Builders Works provisions and openings in line with the MEP services which pass through walls, floors, roofs or any architectural or structural elements. The builder's work can be configured to meet your user-defined requirements in terms of offsets, spacings, and other opening requirements. Then when the tool is run, you can see that it then creates these provisions for builder's work openings in the model. As can be seen, it scans through the project, finding that the areas where builder's work is required in line with your requirements, and then following their creation will list all the individual builder's work elements in a report for easy reviewing. This MEP Builders Work model can then be shared with architectural and structural members of the design team, so they can review and create the actual holes in their models based on their requests. They can also write comments and send information back to the MEP engineer about any opening if required. The updated architectural or structural model is inserted back into the MEP model, and the report is used to review the information provided by the other design team members. The MEP engineer can now make the required adjustments and then reissue the model back to the architect or structural engineer for approval. In addition, the MEP engineer can also use the builder's work provisions to create their own deliverables, as can be seen on the screen. This can be a builder's work layout that contains information such as sizes, shape, offset from a reference level, and also individual reference numbers as required. The process of automating these tasks can save 50% of the production time compared to traditional manual methods. The MagiCAD Cloud is a huge repository of manufacturer-verified MEP products, which can be searched for by product type, product manufacturer, technical detail, etc. And then these can be downloaded to install directly into your Revit project. Manufacturer products containing technical data and geometry for each product model is included in each family for ultimate accuracy. As you can see here, before the family is inserted, you can choose symbols, customize the family name and review product data before installation. In this example of an air terminal, you can see that the flow data can be easily viewed in a graph as the product is selected, based on a specified flow rate, and all the corresponding flow data will also be calculated. As you can see, we now simply just drop this family into the project, and this can be used just like any other Revit family, only it has the advantage of additional data which can be used in calculation and scheduling. This vast library of content is enjoyed by our clients who wish to use consistent and reliable products. The real-time clash detection feature allows the user to model with confidence that any clashes will be detected as and when they're drawn in real time. This vastly reduces the issue of the huge amounts of clashes being sent to the design team and having to be dealt with later down the line. You can see the live clashes highlighted in red shading on the screen. An example of the coordination tools which MagiCAD provides is the crossing tool, which can be used instantly to mitigate clashes, for example to step surfaces over the other to avoid the clash. Multiple crossings can also be achieved if there are multiple surfaces colliding, such as in this example, where a bank of pipes needs to be offset below a duct. The crossing tool can also be used in the horizontal plane, as can be seen, which can offset multiple surfaces at a time around another vertical object, such as in this example here. MagiCAD also provides advanced modeling tools for duct, pipe, tray and conduit, which feature many more options for helping to speed up your modeling time. As can be seen here, we can mitigate the clash by offsetting the duct as and when it is drawn without even leaving the command. The angle to horizontal tool allows for easy modeling when stepping down or stepping up from a service to a new location. As can be seen, it will rotate the fitting in this case to allow for a branch to drop off the main. The standard connection tool is a simple way of connecting together surfaces which are perhaps at different angles, different heights and different orientations, and allows for combinations of standard angles to be included in the solution. The device connection tool provides a quick and easy way of connecting terminals to ductwork. It can connect multiple devices at once, and will allow for standard connection angles to be created, and also allows for flexible connections to be included at the same time. The drainage connection tool can also be used for connecting drainage sanitary ware into pipework, even making allowances for sloped pipework in these connections, as can be seen. The pipe connection tool can be used to connect many types of piping equipment, such as radiators, fan coil units, and domestic water outlets. In this example, you can see how quickly it can connect multiple radiators to pipework, following a user-defined routing solution. On projects where there are thousands of such situations to be handled, these tools can add up to huge time savings for the coordination modelers and designers. MagiCAD can be used to calculate duct sizing, pressure losses, balancing and sound levels all within the Revit environment. As can be seen, the calculations align to the CIBSE guides, and the MagiCAD database of ductwork also conforms to DW144 standards. When calculating sizing, the user can use any user-defined velocity or pressure drop per length criteria as required. You can see all the proposed calculations and sizes in the easily reviewable report, which can be used to view any elements within the entire project. You can now see the ductwork has updated in size to match the criteria, and notice that the color coding has also been updated in accordance with velocity. Again, all these results can be easily interrogated in the report, which corresponds to the model elements as can be seen in the view. If you wish to view the detail about any element in the report, this can be done by simply selecting it. Note, for example here, the reference to the CIBSE guide showing the corresponding factor for this particular fitting. All calculation reports can be either copied directly into an Excel spreadsheet or printed to a paper or PDF copy. These can be saved as a record of the design and stored in your QA record folders. Piping design and calculation includes domestic water services, heating, cooling, and also drainage. MagiCAD can be used to calculate sizing and pressure losses of these systems. Where relevant, all these calculations are performed to CIBSE guides, and also the corresponding UK BS or EN standards. Size domestic water services in accordance with your chosen UK standard, and the software automatically calculates the loading units and diversified flow rates in order to size the pipework. You can see within the calculation report that the hot and cold domestic water is calculated separately, and also the hot water circulation calculation. The hot water circulation calculation automatically calculates the heat losses from the hot water flow and return pipework, and calculates the required flow rates to offset this. The domestic water pressure calculations can be used to determine both hot and cold pressure requirements, and also the calculation pump requirements. You can easily tag all the pipework with the calculated loading units, pipe sizes and flow data, as can be seen here, and this can all be connected back to a hot water cylinder to calculate the complete system. The user can provide either a set feed pressure into the system or can specify the required outlet pressure and let the software calculate what the feed pressure into the system needs to be. You will notice that there may be 3 separate index runs identified due to the possible differences in the conditions of each system. These can be analysed individually in the calculation report. MagiCAD can calculate heating system requirements based on equipment loads and flow and return temperatures. The calculated flow rate will then be used to size the pipework in accordance with the user-defined sizing criteria. Following the pipework sizing, the pressure drop can now be calculated for the flow and return system, in accordance with CIBSE guides. All system elements are listed in the calculation report and can be easily interrogated. Once calculated, all pipework can be tagged with flow data, pressure data, and pipe sizes, etc. The MagiCAD drainage calculation is used to calculate diversified flow rates for the drainage systems. The flow rates will depend on the chosen calculation standard, which is selectable in the settings. The drainage discharge units are calculated automatically for each sanitary outlet and inform the total diversified flow rates as seen in the calculation report. The drainage discharge units and flow rates can also be tagged to the pipework as desired. The electrical module consists of a Dialux lighting design interface, enhanced power circuit functionality combined with detailed cable routing tools, and many advanced drafting and drawing tools. The MagiCAD installation tools can be used to automatically coordinate your lighting and fire alarm layouts in an architectural ceiling detail. You can easily reconfigure and update to view the changes before you finally apply the layout. The installation tool can also be used to fit sockets and outlets to, for example, dado trunking, which when moved will move attached sockets and outlets along with it. MagiCAD's advanced automatic wiring tool saves a huge amount of time when drafting electrical drawings with interconnecting wiring. As can be seen, the wiring tool can automatically link devices with wires as specified by the user, based on the circuit details, or can be used in a user-specific way to create the wires one by one for each device. The Symbol Organizer tool allows the user to lay out the symbols at any particular drawing scale, so that it is legible and readable whilst leaving the 3D geometry in the original positions for coordination purposes. This will even detect the heights of outlets and organize the symbols in accordance with this. The cable routing tools allow the user to define cable routing for each final circuit. This allows the accurate cable length to be automatically calculated for each final circuit and distribution board, and also offers circuit data such as wire type and wire size in order to allow containment to be routed and sized. The cable data can be easily tagged, and this data viewed as required. The Switchboard Schematics tool allows the generation of schematics which show all the details of each power board, i.e. distribution board's or main incoming panel. The schematics can show user-defined data such as cable length, circuit breaker, and loads. The Dialux Export-Import tool allows the user to export Revit spaces directly into Dialux where lighting calculations can be performed. Once calculated, the luminaires can then be imported back into the Revit project along with their technical data and automatically positioned in the correct locations, as can be seen. These luminaires can each be given a symbol and additional data as they are imported into the project. These can then be used to create circuits and draw the wiring configurations like any luminaire created with Revit. The Schematics module provides a link between actual model products and their associated data and schematic detail items. This data can be transferred in both directions between the schematic and the model, as can be seen. This could be anything from flow data or reference number of devices. All that is required is the user to specify any link between the schematic and the model and the data which is required to transfer from one to the other. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it's been useful. And if you'd like any further information, please visit our website at www.magicad.co.uk and contact your account manager.